Heartless, are you there? Draft is starting. So, welcome everybody to the next Heroes Launch game here on Heroes Launch channel on Twitch. Today we have the game Kaspersquad versus Sonya the Tank Engine. And we're right away here in the draft with the first ban on side of Kaspersquad Kerrigan. And Sonya the Tank Engine answering with the ban on Falstad. Today I will probably be joined by Heartless, but he's not there yet, but he will soon be, so stay tuned for him. And meanwhile, you have to live with me for the moment. So yeah, Kaspersquad here picking the Keltas as the first pick. The map, by the way, is Cursed Hollow. And I'm gonna start the bet for you guys so that you can bet for who you think will be the winner. Yeah, and Sonya the Tank Engine answers here with a Thrall and a Brightwing pick. Brightwing that early in the draft? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, there are other picks that I would prioritize. For example, an ETC. I wouldn't want to give Kaspersquad the ETC Keltas combo. But maybe that's just me being afraid of this. And yeah, Kaspersquad apparently not that fond of the Keltas ETC combo either, and picking the Turail here. Turail, of course, and Uther right after that. Turail and Uther, of course, could maybe both enable a Grey main very nicely here. Turail with the Sanctification just jumps in together with the Grey main, and then the Grey main is invincible. And the Uther, of course, with the Divine Shield. So yeah, I were on the side of Sonya. I would probably ban the Grey main. But let's see how they decide. Yeah, Sonya the Tank Engine banning the Sonya. Ah, so sad. So yeah, apparently they are more afraid of the Sonya than of the Greyman. Or they want to pick Greyman themselves as they have the next picks after the ban phase here.
Hey.
Oh,
hey Medino, can you hear me?
Yeah, Heartless, welcome to the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, we're already in the draft. Do you have the draft link up?
Yep, I'm opening it as we speak. So the first map I can see is Cursed Hollow, and oh, the draft is quite advanced. Sorry about that.
Ah, no problem, man. I think I analyzed it quite well for the moment. I see the possibility for Greyman on the side of Kaspersquad due to the Sanctification and the Divine Shield from Uther.
Definitely. That's gonna be like my first choice here. Once their turn is in here, together with Ethereal, how will Sonya the Tank? How are they gonna respond to it? I mean, they already get the Thrall, but they have a Brightwing, so not a lot of burst healing. They have the Noob, but
oh, I see the Avatar. And it's locked in. There you go. I love it.
That's a really great pick here, and Abathur, which is global on this Cursed Hollow map, which is super big, so he can get a ton of value here. Plus, he already has a really good clone target in the form of Thrall, so very solid pick by them. But still, how did you respond to the Greymane pick, which they still haven't picked?
Yeah, the Greymane pick, which should be coming right now, right?
Definitely, it should be the last pick there. I would be super surprised if they wouldn't go for the Greymane. But you know what? This is amateur scene. Everything can happen. You know, possibly their fifth player is just not a Greymane player. And at the end of the day, you're gonna be gravitating towards your comfort picks. So we'll see. But I'd be really surprised if it's not a Greymane still.
Yeah. But there, the Greymane is. I mean, on the side of Sonya, of course, Abathur with the Greymane clone is always a very nice thing. But they already have the Thrall, so probably they wouldn't pick the Greymane. Or what do you think? Can you play
On
with
the side of Sonya,
Yeah,
I mean, it's already too late for them to go for the Greymane. They could have possibly go for the Greymane, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna go for a second tank at this point here. But we will see. They don't have a backliner yet, so possibly, you know, we could see something like a Jaina or Raynor here, or a Chromie.
Or okay, that's the
What?
far back in the back line, I would say.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Chromie against a Greymane. This. Oh man, I'm so sorry for Chromie. Like, if he manages to get close to her, she's just done for it.
Yeah,
Wow.
she has to be aware of the wolf, of the Greymane, and also of the
Yeah.
characters, of course. But do you think we see a Chromie copy? Like, I mean, with the double combo?
No way, no way. I think it's almost guaranteed that they're gonna go with the Thrall copy here. Just his base kit of Thrall is just so good with an Abathur, so I don't think they can actually miss the opportunity to go for a Chromie, especially if, I mean, we don't actually know how good the Abathur is on Chromie, right? And the Chromie is a lot of skill shot, very difficult skill shot to land. So
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see that. It'll be too much shenanigans for my taste. But you know, everything can happen.
Everything's possible here in the Heroes Launch Amateur League. I'm very well
Yeah.
looking forward for this game here. I mean, the
Very
Abathur.
very interesting draft from the side of Sonya the Tank. You know, like, sure, Kaspersquad. You know, as far as drafting goes, I think they definitely took the draft. Like, they won the draft, especially with the gray material. As you know, it's one of my favorite combos. But overall, they went for some very solid team composition. Whereas on Sonya the Tank, they have an Abathur together with Chromie and then a noob as a solo tank, which is kind of fine. But with the Brightwings, it's like seems like a mishmash there of heroes. But you know what? I'd love for them to win. I don't think they won the draft though.
Yeah, I mean, on the left side, of course, we have the like the normal heroes, right? I mean, Keltas,
Yeah.
Uther, Muradin, everything's standard, more or less. I mean,
Yeah, and a lot of them have really good synergy with one another. I mean, Muradin Stormbolt into the Kaltas Gravity Labs, Greymane together with the Tiro with Synthefication, Greymane and an Uther, right? So you have like all this very good synergy here between multiple heroes. And on the side of Sonya the Tank, you have Abathur Thrall synergy, and that's pretty much it. But it's course hollow, and oftentimes it becomes a very poke heavy map, and Chromie can do a lot of work here if controlled correctly. So we'll have to keep an eye on Chromie, because I think this is going to be the key player in this entire match. If he can land his skill shots, if he can play from a safe distance, never letting the Greymane to close in on her, then this Chromie can do a lot of work.
yeah, I mean, definitely the poke game will be theirs.
Yeah, definitely. Have you got a lobby up for the game?
Not yet, not yet. I'm asking here the players if they have anything up. Diva just returned to me, or returned to us, saying they need a second. So apparently, yeah, everybody's getting ready for the draft. Maybe they're maybe they're a little bit confused from their own draft. I don't know. But yeah, Chromie Abathur.
Yeah, we'll need to see how it works. By the way, I'm not sure if we talked about the maps that were actually banned for this game today between Sonya and Casper.
I haven't talked about it yet.
Oh, you haven't? So it's actually very interesting, because the maps that they banned on both teams here were Dragonshire and Towers of Doom, not Blackheart's Bay and not Garden of Terror, which were pretty much the default go-to bans here so far in this tournament, right?
Yeah, but I mean, apparently on the side of Sonya, we have an Abathur player, so they probably aren't afraid of Garden, right? At least I wouldn't be if I would be a Abathur player.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't see the maps that they actually picked. Maybe you have somewhere the list of map they actually decided to play, of course, except for Cursed Hollow, which we obviously know.
Let me have a look if we can find it. No, actually not. Actually, they just posted us the first map.
Let's see if we can actually get see if we can get an answer from Diva about the 2 other maps. It'd be very interesting for me to see the decision, especially because they haven't been Blackheart's Bay or Garden of Terror. So I'm very, very curious.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask her, him, her, I don't know. Right here in the lobby.
All right.
So yeah, let's have a quick look at the bets here, and it looks like most people are going with your your analysis of the draft. We have 83% here on the side of Kaspersquad. Okay, and it looks like they haven't decided yet on the next 2 maps. Well, that's not really what the rules say, but I guess we're gonna overlook that for the moment.
I think it's more because of the Chromie factor, right? Because Chromie is such an underwhelming hero to play if you cannot land your skill shot. She's so weak. She doesn't have an escape, low hit points, right? Like,
Yeah.
she's very difficult to make work. Okay, let's just simply put it like she's very difficult to actually make work. So, like, whenever you have a Chromie in your team, you're very wary about your odds of winning it because of it, because it's just a high skill. And even if you do have a lot of skill with her, she can still be easily countered and dived on, and she doesn't have an escape. So it's like Greymane jumps on you. I don't care how good of a player you are. What are you gonna do as a Chromie, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Greymane jumps on the Chromie, she's just dead. Simple as that, right?
Yep.
So yeah, she has to be careful. But on the other hand, if she lands her combos, especially in these small areas between the lanes on Cursed Hollow, when the shrines, when the tributes spawn, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that works out.
Yeah, definitely. This is what I said. Keep an eye on the Chromie player. I think he's gonna be the detrimental player from all the 10 heroes here that we have at the moment, because it requires a lot of skill and a lot of game sense. So really, he can do a lot of damage and a lot of work, or on the other hand, he can feed a lot. So really something to look out for.
Yeah, as a little spoiler, everything's gonna rest on Pumax's shoulders here for Sonya the Tank Engine. And I already see the skin, I think, is level 8 or level 9, so not a level 1 Chromie.
Oh, okay. So at least we got that going.
Yeah. So I guess he knows what he's doing.
And well, we'll see if it actually works out for them.
Yeah, Abathar Master Skin here. So yeah, I think these guys know what they do. So let's see if their strategy really pays out.
Well, naturally, he picked Chromie because he feels comfortable playing her, but again, it's be so difficult to do it against the Greymane, against the Tyrael, against the Muradin, right? They have really 2 strong frontliners together with a ton of bursts from Greymane. KT, I don't expect him to connect too much damage with the Chromie, so he's not much of a threat to her, but everyone else pretty much are, so.
So just a sec here, guys. All right, and yeah, we're in the game, and we have on the left side Sonya the Tank Engine with Diva playing Greymane, Morpheus playing Tyrael, Ultra playing Muradin, Thois playing Uther, and Dabob on Keltas.
Actually, it's on the left side we have Kaspersquad and not Sonya the Tank.
Ah.
Sorry about that. Never mind. But on the right side, we have Sonya the Tank Engine with Pumex on Chromie, Revatar on Abathur, Wirthane on Anubarak, Doomy on Thrall, and Sifixia on Brightwing.
So guys, excuse me just a sec. I gotta get my overlay straight here. Yeah, I think we can do with that. Alright.
All right, so let's talk about the talents here as the game opens up, especially for Chromie. Chromie is going to go for Compounding Aether, which means that basically what she's looking for is to buff up her Q. Her Q, for those of you who don't know, it's the long skill shot that you see, not the one that lands from the top, but rather the one that comes out of her. So she'll be looking to connect this with heroes, get the buff from it, and ultimately do a lot of damage from it. Other than that, we have Purge Evil from Tyrael. Not the most common one. We usually see lately, even in death, that allows him to use abilities when he's dead. But instead, we have here again Purge Evil from Tyrael, looking to do a little bit more damage here.
Well, and Chromie already doing a lot of damage here on the Muradin.
Definitely doing some fantastic job connecting skill shot. By the way, Muradin has still not yet taken his level 1 talent. Very interesting. I wonder what he's thinking about here.
Well, he doesn't have a damp magic, so it's probably not bad. Oh, Kelta's getting really low here. The Bob, can he make it out there? Oh, Brightwing! But Chromie a little bit out of range here to connect and get the kill. But makes it out alive for now.
Yeah, so by the way, Kaltas went with Fel Infusion on one instead of a safer pick like Mana Addict, and I'm not sure how much I'm okay with that, because if he gets the combo with the combo from Chromie, he will need a cleanse, and that means that Uther will need to save the cleanse for the KT, which means that they won't have a cleanse for the multiple stuns that they're gonna get or roots that they're gonna get from Thrall and Anub. So.
Oh, and Chromie again. It just looks always so much damage. And Muradin is gonna drop here with the help of Abathur. Nicely done. KT getting just another.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about just now. There's so many stuns on the side of Sonya the tank. They have the Anub with the double stand between the borrowed charge and the spikes, and they have the roots from Thrall. So all of a sudden, you know, cleanse is going to be taxed a lot here. So not having the mana shield on KT from Mana Addict can be very dangerous. So we need to keep an eye for that.
Yeah, and so far the bot lane is pushed in. The wall already gone. Greymane did a lot of work here, and it was only Abathur to defend it. So I guess other things were more important for them. And we have the first tribute now. No siege camps taken on either side, so we're just gonna poke here without any further value they're getting on the top or bot lane.
Yeah, they really need to stall this. This is exactly what they want to do here. This is their gameplay. They stall while Abathur double soak for them, gonna get them the experience lead. And as we can see, Chromie's positioned very backwards here, trying to get as much focus possible. And you know what? I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, so far it's working, but now the Keltas copy getting the tribute, or is it a copy? No,
no, not yet. We're
of course
too
not.
early for that.
And it's wrong.
Plus
wrong
Abathur
team.
on the other side.
Yeah. sorry for that. Yeah, Keltas getting the tribute, and let's have a look at the talents. Well, or not on the talents, but on the XP. It's even, so not that much of an experience lead here for the side of Sonya the Tank Engine.
No, that KT sneak on the tribute was really fantastic for them, because I mean, they're still slightly ahead in experience, but not too much, right? They're definitely not what Sonya the tank wanted to get done here. What they wanted to get done is, again, just, you know, stall through poke and allow Abathur to just get them the lead that they need. But as it stands, KT managed to get the sneak take off the tribute, and that kind of denied their game plan in a way.
Yeah, and so far both teams are just getting the soak up here. Sonya the Tank Engine with 3 guys always in the middle, and Abathur soaking alone on the top, or earlier it was the bot lane, but now we have the next tribute up, and let's see how long they can delay this.
Greymane is positioned very aggressively there in the bush, very forward, very dangerous.
But not seen, and now he gets on the backline. But no damage done on Chromie. Brightwing survives for the moment, but Thrall in 5 people getting deleted here. And everybody's on the back foot here for Sonya the Tank Engine. And that's another tribute for the Kaspersquad.
Yeah, so this Chromie actually, Abathur synergy in a way kinda doesn't seem to be paying off for them at all. So they really need to get something done here, something different here, because they can't actually execute the poking strategy that they are hoping for.
Yeah. And I guess Kaspersquad is just doing the right thing to be aggressive, just go in. I mean, this Greymane there, lurking
Yeah,
in
the
the
Grey Man
bush.
positioned so aggressively, but he was lucky enough to not get punished by Sonya the Tank. I mean, they didn't check the bush there. I mean, I wouldn't check the bush either.
Oh,
There's...
Kelta's just getting poked away here from Chromie. Pumax doing a
Ooh,
great
nice
job.
catch.
That's how you play her, the little gnome.
And if you look at the damage done, Chromie is first on damage done by quite a large margin, 5k more than the number 2 there, which is KT. Sorry, oh, my mistake. She's actually at 16 versus number 2, which is 15k on her side, which is Thrall.
Oh, Merlin, can you make it out? Ultra jumping away here. 4 beetles on the chase. Yeah, so far, so good. Kaspersquad dropping really low here. Looks good for Sonya the Tank Engine.
Yeah, their Chromie is managing to do a lot of damage here, especially now that she hit level 9, which means she gets her heroic, which is gonna be temporal loop.
And it looks like Kaspersquad can't really get in here. Oh, but Greymane with a great flank here. But instantly, everybody's turning around on him. Can he get away,
He should be
Diva?
taken down. He should be taken down. Is he even gonna live? Oh my god, he actually lived
Going
there.
to live, yeah. Not yet the range for Chromie here. With the shifting sands. No, not the shifting sands. The reaching through time. And yeah, Kaspersquad is giving this up. And leaving the tribute for Sonya. And that means 2 for 1 in tributes for now.
Yeah, and this is a good decision. Sonya the Tank hit level 10, and that's not when you want to fight, thanks to the Abathur soak there. So they are doing some job here. They are getting back a little bit into the game here. They got the experience lead. They finally managed to take a tribute, but still, next tribute could be a curse for Kaspersquad, but not a curse for them. So they still need to be very, very wary about that.
Yeah, and if we have a look at XP, it's pretty even. Like only half a level in front for Sonya, and that's when you have an avatar. So good.
Yeah, but there was a period.
Oh, but nice combo here on Daryl! He needs to get the Divine Shield, and he gets it. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Sanctification also dropped, but he survives for the moment. No kill for Sonya.
Yeah, it was a fantastic poking by Chromie throughout the game here, so I guess it was a pretty good choice for them to go with the Chromie here, you know, despite the fact that I was kind of doubting it. She's getting a lot of value for them for sure, but this is a tribute spawn, and again, this is going to be potential curse for Kaspersquad, but no curse for Sonya the Tank.
Yeah, so far she's doing a pretty good job, Chromie here. Diva really out of position here. She has to manage to get back, and she does. So let the poking begin now, I would say. Diva dropping really low. Uther in the cocoon, but nearly dead. Kaspersquad on the retreat here. I think they have to let the one go. Yeah, Toys. Oh, Toys.
Yeah, they are so low on hit points on the side of Casper here, and Uther taking down here. Muradin looking to interrupt, but he really shouldn't. He should just back off. All his teammates are so low, plus they lost the Uther and the Greymane.
Yeah.
This is starting to look very good for Sonya the Tank Engine. This is already the second time in a row where they actually win the small skirmish there. Granted, the first time they had a level 10 advantage, but now they were on equal talents, and still they managed to quite convincingly win another team fight here, another skirmish over a tribute, and that means that the next tribute is going to be a guaranteed curse for one of the teams.
Yeah, so we are looking forward to the next tribute here, as this will be the deciding one, at least for the first curse.
Ooh, Katie at the bottom is getting comboed by Chromie. Will she manage to land all of her skills? No, she just manages to...
Oh my god, yeah. 80 HP.
79. Oh my god, that was dang. She actually used her temporal loop combo on KT, but I guess the Dragon Breath was on cooldown, so that didn't take off quite yet there.
Yeah, well, but the Dragon Breath, I mean, she catches him when he goes through the gate. Of course, that's what Chromie players love to do. You just set your W, your Dragon Breath, onto the gate, and you know that your enemy has to go through the gate to get into safety, and therefore you can kind of very good predict where your enemy will be.
Yeah.
Alright, and the next decisive tribute is spawning here. Greymane already onto Chromie here. But he has to be careful, he's dropping really low again. And Cocoon here already out from Anubarak. Where's the rest of the team? Everybody's really low on the side of Kaspersquad.
Yeah.
Oh, nice Sundering. Hitting 4, but nobody's down yet. Morphos dropping really low.
Got caught by Thrall there. He misses, KT misses the gravity left, which cost him his life because that allows Thrall to close in on him, and Muradin is gonna get comboed here by Chromie, but he does get the Divine Shield, and that would allow him to live. But still, Greymane down, KT down, and this is gonna be a curse for Sonya the tank.
Yeah, and let's see what they can make out of this curse here.
This is getting really, really rough here for Kaspersquad. You know, they are slowly losing more and more ground here versus an Abathur, which is not what you want to do, especially not this late in the game.
Yeah, and this is the first fort here on top for Sonya, but they find Thrall here in the mid. Or did Thrall find Uther? I'm not sure yet. Oh, barely escaping here, boys. Has to be careful. But yeah, that's 2 forts for now. And now the question is, can they get even more? Like a boss?
They could potentially get the bottom fort, and I think it seems like there's a lot of pressure coming from the Winions there, so that should be the 3rd fort as well. So they completely destroyed the whole front line.
Oh, but in the middle we have action, and Muradin getting deleted here from Thrall and Chromie. Nice combos here again. And I mean, that could open up the boss.
Yeah, that definitely could open up the boss, but it doesn't look like they're interested in doing the boss. That's completely fine. They're just going for the guarantee value, which is the front wall here. They took down all the forts. Oh, Greymane comes from the flank, but this is so bad. He is alone here with KT. Oh.
I mean, it was a good position, but your tanks aren't there to, you know, distract the enemy. And when you jump into 4 people, you just get, yeah, deleted.
This was a disaster of a flank there. I really didn't like that. There was like no communication. The Tyrael and the Uther were completely out of position to help them. And they just went there for the flank and, you know, kind of went in a 2 versus 4 situation.
And I think level 16 was already there for Sonya, so no way they could have won it. And Thrall now getting the keep here, and that's all due to the both deaths of Keltas and Greymane. Very unfortunate here for Kaspersquad.
Yeah, so they not only managed to get 2 kills, but also get the keep there, which is a very amazing spot here to be for Sonya the tank. And you know what, it just feels for me that it's more of a game that Kaspersquad are losing than Sonya the tank are winning. It's more that Kaspers are doing a lot of positional mistakes. Their Greymane is oftentimes, you know, time again actually, is just positioned so aggressively, so in the front. And it just, you know what, it just costs them team fights like this.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, he kind of has to, doesn't he? I mean, Kaspersquad has to be aggressive because you don't want to start a poke war against Chromie. But on the other hand, you can't just die in there, right?
Definitely, you don't wanna delay the fight against the Chromie, but to have your Greymane initiate a fight in such an aggressive way like he does, that's not how you do it. You need to wait for your Tyrael, for your Muradin to go in, and then, you know, follow them up with the Greymane from behind, and so you then have the safety of the sanctification because you're all grouped up, you all came from the same position, you know. Plus, you have the 2 tanks soak some of the frontal skill shots, and not your Greymane, right? But what we see here is actually Greymane just going in the front there alone, without the tanks at all, and, you know, he just gets getting destroyed there time and time again.
I mean, let's not be too harsh here on the teams. Let's not forget it is still an amateur league, and probably it's just a thing of communication, right? I mean, especially on the side of Kaspersquad, I feel that they have the harder part here. They have to communicate that everybody's on the same page when they go in, that they go in on the same time, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's true it's the amateur league and it's fine, but I just feel like you need to have a little bit more patience and, you know what, allow the tanks, go back to the basics, allow the tanks to initiate for you. And I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously they have the right plan in mind. They know that they need to be
and Chromie right? Copy up. Already the damage coming in here again, Dabob. But so far,
he did go for the Chromie clone.
It is the Chromie copy, yeah. Ultimate poke on the side of Sonya.
Yeah.
And that hurts. That really hurts. And you see it. Muradin dropping already really low. But the stasis saves him. Nice sanctification here. Oh, that's just what they need. Just what they need. Can they get more? Divine Shield now on Greymane, but he's retreating. Okay, everybody's retreating now. So far, it's... Oh my god. That didn't went the
Wow.
way I expected
Complete
it.
team fight, a complete team wipe there.
Yeah. That was it for
Actually,
Kaspersquad.
it was the fight started amazingly well for Caspar. You know, they got their mirrored in there to soak a lot of the skill shot at the beginning there. Then they had an amazing certification, but there was no damage follow up. And
Yeah, everything
5-man
looked
team
so
wipe.
good. What went wrong there? I think maybe they didn't have the damage, right? I mean, as you said, the damage was kind of lacking.
Yeah, it seemed like KT plus the Greymane, they didn't manage to quite connect their damage in a timely manner.
Oh, very unfortunate here, but that means it's a 1-0 for Sonya the Tank Engineer, Chromie and Abathur making it happen.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is amazing to watch because Chromie again, like I said at the beginning, she's very underrated hero, and it's always just fun to watch when heroes like that win. You know, it's for me it's fun to watch, despite the fact that they had a Greymane hero, which is a very favorite combo for me to watch. And despite the fact that I said that they should win, that they won the draft, Sonya the Tank made it happen, and you know, made it happen in a very convincing way. So, props to them.
Yeah, and GG to both teams. We're going into a quick break. You just heard the gong. So we're going into a quick break and we'll be back with the second game here. Kaspersquad versus Sonya the Tank Engine. Stay tuned. And we're back. Welcome everybody with the second map, Kaspersquad versus Sonya the Tank Engine. And today with me is Heartless, the one and only.
Hey Magdino, thank you for having me here again.
It's going to get to be a habit, I guess. to have
I
you
guess
here.
it will be.
I guess it will be. And we're already in the draft.
Yeah, so actually, surprisingly enough, we have Garden of Terror. It was not banned, right? We talked about the maps that were banned, and neither Blackheart's Bay nor Garden of Terror were in the bans. And I guess there was a reason for that. And the reason is because it was picked. So a big surprise, because it is the second most hated map after Blackheart's Bay.
I think it's a
So-
close one between these two maps.
I guess it's a matter of a taste, but overall it feels like Garden of Terror is a very hated map regardless, right? If it's the first or second, it doesn't really matter. It's a very hated map, so I'm really surprised to see it being picked here. And I'm really curious to what are they gonna pick here, because the natural hero you're gonna go with, or heroes, are gonna be the Lost Vikings. So I'm really curious, are we gonna see some Lost Vikings shenanigans here?
Yeah. And I'm curious which team picked the map. I mean, Sonya the tank engine just showed us some avatar action, so I would guess they picked this map here. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I have no idea, because actually the drafting, the way it happened is we are not sure who went first, so can't be certain too much. But it doesn't really matter that much. I'm just curious to see if we're actually going to see some Lost Vikings here.
No. I think it was actually Sonya the tank engine that picked Garden of Terror.
It was?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we can expect at least an avatar, maybe even the Vikings.
All right, then that would make sense, right? They went after last game. They feel very comfortable with those global heroes, kind of like be all around the map pressure. So we'll see if they really do want to follow up with this.
Yeah.
And I'd love it. I would love it.
All right, and we see here first pick Thrall. All right, and then answer ETC, but Keltas Band. So no ETC Keltas combo, I guess.
No, and also a very early ETC. And you know what, I'm saying this, and I'll keep saying this. I'm not sure how I feel about an early ETC. You just leave so much window for your opponent to just, counter him. I mean, they already have a Thrall with a Sunder, which is an amazing interruption. And so what are you gonna do? What's your plan as Casper? So they already not gonna go with the Uther ETC combo, instead gonna go with the Rhaegar. So the window of opportunity for ETC to get some value Mosh here has shrinked significantly with the pick of Rhaegar here. We'll see how Sonya the tank is gonna respond to it.
Yeah, but well, I mean, on the other hand, ETC is a solid tank, right? And of course, the Mosh Pit is the game-changing ult he has, but even if he doesn't hit this game-changing 5-man Mosh Pit, he still is a very good tank, right? I mean, he can zone, he can peel. He's
Definitely,
annoying.
he has a lot of potential, right? But again, like you mentioned, his game-ending heroic. That's why you're taking ETC for. It's probably the strongest heroic you have in the game if you actually manage to make it work. And I'm not even talking about getting a 5-man mosh pit. It's not even about that. You can get a 2-man mosh pit and still get a ton of value. But again, you know what? They are leaving themselves, because they went with the first pick ETC, they are leaving a lot of opportunities for Sonya the tank to just go and counter him and completely nullify his Mosh. And we can already see they have a Thrall, they have a Brightwing, and by the way, Abathur for you.
Oh yeah, it's happening again.
It's happening. So we already have very good interruption for Mosh. Like I said, Sunder and Polymorph from Brightwing, possibly Emerald wins from her. So I mean, I hope they can make ETC. I love him as a tank. He's my favorite tank, and whenever I get to tank and I can actually get away with ETC, I go for him, definitely. But he is hard to make work, especially if you pick him this early on.
Yeah, so what do you think is the strategy here from Kaspersquad? I mean, again, just picking solid heroes? I mean, you need...
It's never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing if you go for solid heroes, because normally going for solid heroes means you're going to go with comfort pick, right? You're not going for any special shenanigans, super powered secret hyper strategies type of thing, right? You're going for just overall very solid, very safe gameplay. And you know what? It didn't work for them game number one, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's not gonna ever work for them. It's still the beginning here. We are still getting to know the teams, and you know what? They might just have just a slight flux here. Maybe the Greyman pick, like the player that played on Greyman, he was not 100% about this, right? So maybe we'll see him now on his comfort pick. on a hero he's very comfortable in. So we'll see like a much better performance. And like again, it's never a bad decision to go for solid picks here if you can.
Yeah, but you need something against the Avatar. I mean, Garden of Terror is going to be long, and the longer the game goes, the stronger Avatar's push will be. And I mean, with this global presence, I feel that they should need a plan. They should have a plan for that, you know.
Definitely.
Either you have some globals like a Dehaka who is, you know, annoying the Avatar, or you just have a really solid 5-man gang squad which destroys the enemy team. And I think
Definitely.
the second one is what they're going for here with the Sonya ETC combo and the Tigers too.
Yeah, I completely agree. You just need to have some game plan, and their game plan is okay. You guys are gonna win in the soak. We're gonna win in the team fight. So we'll see if it actually works for them. Because by the way, Sonya the Tank, they went for some really smart drafting decision. They went with a quick fast band that's minus global. They went with Abathur pick that's plus global for them, and they went with the Viking band, which is minus global again, right?
Yeah.
So who are you left with a global potential here? Only the Haka. Are you really gonna go with the Haka? I don't think
Probably
so.
not. I mean, that's why the bands from Sonya the Tank Engine really cater to their combo here. Really cater to their draft.
They definitely, it shows. It really shows that they did their homework, right? They didn't just pick this map because it's like, I don't know, some map they're cool with. They actually had a plan coming into this map, and I absolutely love it. It's so intelligent. And again, this is only amateur league, and you still see very intelligent drafting here from teams, and I like it.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
agree. I agree. So they have a Li Ming now, they have a Chen, their team is complete. Yeah, and to me it looks like this could work.
And it's again, it's this, it just looks from the side of Sonya the Tank like this mishmash of heroes like just being thrown together, but actually there's a lot of intelligence around the drafting, at least the band and some of the picks here, and I just really absolutely love it. And Casper, they're gonna lock their draft with Lunara. And again, like you said, they have like this more solid composition where they say we're gonna win team fights. We'll see what happens.
By the way, did I ever tell you that Chen is my only master skin I bought? So yeah, I'm pretty I'm pretty hyped for that draft. I love it, man. Avatar, Chen, what could I wish more? And Li Ming, my lovely Li Ming. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, but Kaspersquad,
we are waiting here for the invite, right?
We are, yeah. At least I am. You are too. We're both waiting. Yeah, but on the side of Kaspersquad, they have the damage, I feel. I mean, Sonya, Lunara, Tychus, they get a good engage. I mean, of course, Chen, you don't have much fun against the Tychus as a Chen, I guess.
No. Chen, Tychus, I just love him as a hero. Specifically on this map. Now, he doesn't get as much value. Usually you want to like go double tank. You want to choose Tychus when you have double tank frontline. But on this map, you can get away with single tank because you have the garden, the terror, the plant monster, whatever you want to call it. You have him, and actually Tychus's minigun gets bonus against it, so he actually can get a lot of value taking down the terrors really quickly. So I really love the Tychus pick, even if they have only one tank on the side of Sonya the Tank Engine.
Ah, I didn't know that.
But yeah, like you said, they have so much damage. They have so much. Yeah, he gets, whenever you have any type of monster that a hero can go inside and control, like the Dragon Knight or the Terror, then bonuses apply to them. In the case of Tychus, the minigun, he straight applies to the monster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, and the monster, of course, isn't that much concerned about his health or her health. Or, I don't know.
It doesn't. That's the thing with Tychus. He does bonus damage. He does percent damage. So it doesn't actually matter how much hit points you have. Tychus is gonna take you down just as fast.
Yeah. So now I'm really looking forward for this game here. I'm in the lobby. I'm gonna hit you up with an invite. There you go.
Thank you.
They of course changed. Or did they change? I think they changed, right? Let's see.
Positions.
Yeah.
We'll see in the game. I'm not sure.
All right, everybody's readying up. Yeah, and again they have the Brightwing here on side of Sonya the Tank Engine. Do you think they love the Brightwing, or do you think they want to kind of deny this global from the enemies? Because as we said, the globals are getting rare here with the Sonya Tank Engine draft for the Kaspersquad.
Yeah, I think actually it's both them, right? At the end of the day, you want to play heroes you're comfortable with. So obviously their Brightwing player is very comfortable on it, right? And so not only do you have someone who's comfortable on Brightwing, you also have the additional plus your benefit that they actually drafted around denying globals, right? So they actually, like you said, or you asked rather, but it's actually a composition of both those decisions. We have a good Brightwing player, and we're gonna deny globals.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the own little world of Sonya the Tank Engine draft, right? Where everything makes sense, but I guess from the opponent's side of the draft, kind of confusing.
It feels like both teams got exactly what they wanted. With Kaspersquad getting the quick ETC, they already showed like, hey guys, we want to be aggressive, we want to win team fights. And on the other hand, from Sonya, they went with the globals and the Abathur. So it's like both teams kind of drafted in a vacuum with themselves, right? Everyone got what they wanted, and we're just gonna see how it works out for them.
Indeed, we will. And we're going into the game here. We have on the left side. Left side is Sonya the Tank Engine, right?
Yeah, the Abathur side is Sonya the Tank.
So I'm gonna have to play around with my overlay again.
Very interesting choices by both team here as far as drafting. You know what? I actually love the Chen because of the keg, and the keg just allows you for extra protection against the Mosh. I don't think they're gonna go for too many isolations, so it's not like you want the keg to isolate someone, some of their backline, get him out of position or something like this. I think they're gonna go with the keg purely to have some protection against the Mosh.
Okay, so only defensive and as a disengaged tool here, the keg.
It does look like it, because who do you really want to isolate? I mean, it's so difficult to get a good keg on Lunara and the Tychus because they have really quick disengagement. I mean, Lunara, she just moves faster, so it's really harder. And do you really want to get Sonya into your team? Not really. ETC the same. I just don't think this is their game plan. Doesn't look like.
Yeah, so we're in the game, and we have on the left side Sonya the Tank Engine with Ravatar again on Abathur, Doomy playing the Sphyxia, playing Brightwing, Vertane on the Chen, and Pumax on the Li Ming.
And on the right side here we have Kaspersquad with Diva on Lunara, Ultra on ETC, the Bob on Sonya, Morpheus on Tychus, and Theus on Rhaegar. And they are already going everyone to the middle here, trying to see if they can make something done here, some really quick engagement here. Don't think anyone should be dying here.
You think? ETC dropping really low, Ultra has to get out of there, but Vertane on the other side also dropping pretty low here, for a Chen at least. And both teams here throwing punches at each other, like there's no tomorrow. But in the meanwhile, little sluggy, little Abathur here in the bot lane soaking the XP.
Yeah, so they are getting the value here from Abathur, which is what they want, slowly but surely. But we should expect some rotation from Casper here to not lose the experience. And we do see that Rhaegar does go down. Sonya as well comes back from base. Lunara already soaking the bot there. So all in all, they shouldn't be losing too much experience. They lost a little bit of a couple minions there that they didn't manage to soak, but it should be fine.
So far, so good. And now Abathur is back behind his wall. Because of course he can't really lane alone. But yeah, he just wants to soak the XP, annoy the people with his nests, which he really does. And yeah, let's see what's going up here in the middle. And so far, Morpheus has to go back. the poke is working on him, and Li Ming is doing a good job here. Now we have the first knight with the seeds.
Yeah, now I'm really curious how greedy they're gonna be on the side of Casper, because they have the opportunity to roam as 5, and possibly get a quick engagement near one of the plants there. Because again, they are 5 versus 4.5, I guess, with an Abathur, if you may. So they have potential for some early game aggression here. And I'll see if they actually gonna go for it. Lunara is still in base. Thrall is kind of in the middle there. Is he rotating bottom? Yes, he is. So yeah, it looks like they are gonna look to be a little bit aggressive here, which I like. But they need to wait a bit because Lunara is still not there.
Oh, and Chen Ultra dropping really low. No, it's the ETC dropping really low, and he's down. That's a 1 for nothing.
Yeah, a small miscommunication there because Lunara was on her way there and they just engaged 5 seconds too early. So they were in a 4 versus 4.5 situation where they actually were at a disadvantage, and they got punished immediately with the ETC takedown, which kind of allows Sonya the Tank to get this bottom terror immediately. But I like the decision from Kaspersquad to immediately rotate to the top. They have to start this terror. They really don't want the rotation from Sonya at the tank to the top here to deny their seeds as well. So
Yeah, but I mean, Abathur on the top lane. Would they go for Abathur here? No, they just leave him be. And I mean, of course, in the meantime, Abathur was soaking all the time, and that is a 1 level lead here for Sonya the Tank Engine.
Yep, and Wills, let me see what Tychus, he went with Master
But they
Assassin
find
on
Sonya,
4.
she's face checking the bush here, and will she get away? Oh, Li Ming doesn't
Missile just
connect.
barely.
Yeah,
missile.
70 HP.
Ouch, painful miss. But
well calculated on the side of Sonya.
yeah. Anyway, back on point. Tychus on 4 went for Master Assassin. Very surprised about this. Not very common. Usually you go for the bigger they are or into the rhythm that buff your minigun, but instead he's gonna go for the hero takedown, which adds attack speed to him.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, Doomy and Vertain find Lunara here on the top lane. She was a little bit overextended, and she didn't have her her wisp up apparently to scout for her. So yeah, easy kill for them.
Alright, and this skill just secures their lead even more. I mean, they already got level 7 now, they have the talent advantage. Not too big of a deal, because they should be... Kaspersquad should be hitting level 7 as well before the garden
Li Ming, Pumax also overextending, but can he get away? Yeah, Brightwing is there for him, and he gets out alive. Well played here.
Nice phase shift, yeah, nice phase shift by Brightwing. Managed to just, you know, barely keep Li Ming alive there. It's a good job by her.
Yeah, I think that actually saved her, that phase shift.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, dropping some damage here on Chen, but of course he can get out easily with his flying kick and everything. Not the target one.
I just want to point out the phase shift did help her, and it's not because of the shield, because obviously she did not go for the shield on 7 Brightwing, but rather she phase shift and got a tick, an essential tick of healing there through her passive to keep Li Ming alive. So again, really good job by her.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, that was the essential tick, right?
Yeah.
Keep her alive, yeah. Okay, so both teams poking at each other here a little bit, and nothing's really happening so far. Maybe both teams waiting for the knight or waiting for level 10.
Yeah, they need to focus on level 10 now on the side of Kaspersquad. I mean, it's already a guarantee that Sonya are gonna hit level 10 before them, so they really need to focus on getting level 10.
A little bit of a dangerous rotation here from D.Va, but she gets out. So no luck here for Chen and Pumax.
Oh, and this is really good for Sonya the Tank here. The timing here on the terrors, on the seed spawning, because they're actually so close to level 10 right now, and with a little bit of soaking they can definitely get level 10 before it actually spawns, which will allow them to actually contest all the seeds here.
Oh, but Dabop really dropping low. Sonya getting deleted here from Sonya the Tank Engine, and that is...
the orb from Li Ming. Did you see how much damage it did? It connected with 3 heroes there, taking so much hit points down there, chunking them. And by the way, that allowed them to get the level 10 that they needed. And yeah, look, they have level 10, the seed phase spawned. Looking very good for them.
Yeah, and Diva juking here. The Frostwall from Trial, no problem there, but still. They get a lot of seeds now, Sonya the Tank Engine, and there's not a lot Kaspersquad can do at the moment.
I would love to see them rotate down immediately to the bottom, leave Brightwing to take the last seeds here, just rotate to the bottom immediately and try to contest the bottom Terror here, try to get some kills on Kaspersquad. They are slightly late with this, but it's fine. They still get to fight.
And there's the engage, Thundering going down, ETC already dropping low, everybody dropping low here on side of Kaspersquad. Morpheus, can you get away on your Trial? Nope. The copy on Trial makes it, gets it through, and yeah. So again, a 1-for-0, and Sonya looking really strong here. I mean, Kaspersquad not even with their level 10s.
Yeah, they had a good idea there. They needed to rotate. Of course, I mentioned I'd love to see the rotation a bit earlier, but they still managed to make the rotation, which got them essentially a free Taika skill there. They did a lot of damage on the enemy team, which forced them all to go back and regenerate, which again, it's time loss, XP loss. So decent amount of value here for Sonya the Tank. On the other hand, Kaspersquad, they have their Terror. It got decent value. It got the fort, the middle fort, which is actually the first fort in the game. And they're actually stealing seeds here from the top Terror.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of value that Kaspersquad got out of the Terror.
Yeah, this is buying them so much time here. And I mean, theoretically, they should not have been able to get any seeds at all here because Sonya just got the kill, got their level 10. But as it stands, they managed to sneak a lot of seed steal here. And it's a very good job for them.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely have to get something work here. I mean, they need to get
Chen there. Have you seen this with the keg locking ETC at the corner there? Oh, this was fantastic.
But ETC gets away. He gets away. He jukes the Thundering, and that's it. Ultra getting out, and Ravata probably a little bit unhappy about that.
He needs to be super careful. This is Abathur inside the Terror, and like the Terror, look at this. It's like with one hit point just going everywhere.
Again calculated. Come on.
Yeah.
That's the Slugginator. Everything's calculated on his side. But no, you're totally right. I mean, if that Terror would have popped there, Abathur would have had a problem.
Yeah, he would be in an awkward position, but you know what? He went back to safety just in time. So no harm done there on his side. By the way, Sonya with Leap at level 10. I'm so surprised for the Leap choice here, considering you have Mosh. I love just Mosh Berserk. It's potential for so much free damage. But instead, they're actually going to go with the Mosh Leap combo, which just allows you for a longer stun lock if you made duration here. We'll see if it actually works out for them.
Yeah, and meanwhile, let's have a little look here on the damage. Li Ming with 17,000, 16,000 on the side of Abathur, so pretty solid damage there, and 17,000 on the side of Thrall. And Sunring here used by Doomy to get away from the 3-man gank. Well done. No kills for Kaspersquad at this
Yeah, but this was still a heroic for heroic. Sonya had to use her leap there, and Thrall as a response used his Sunder. So kind of an equal engagement, despite the fact that it was a 3-for-1 there. So good job by Dummy, the Thrall player.
Yeah, and Sonya the tank engine getting the bottom fort, and now with the Terror, it looks like they want to push on this bottom keep here. Let's see
I love this decision. I just love it. They have a Merc camp here, or just was skilled. They have the Terror, they have level 13 talent advantage, and they're just exploiting it to the end. I love this decision.
Yeah, and it looks like they're getting a lot of value here. Already the wall down for Sonya the tank engine. ETC now sliding in with the mosh pit. Oh, and
a nice mosh pit there, but it did get interrupted by the Terror.
Yeah, but it was a long time until it got interrupted, and now, oh, Thor is dropping really low here. Riga, can you make it out? No, he can't. That's it for him, for the Wolf. Ravata again getting out here, out of the Terror when he dropped. Sundering going down, hitting 2 people. Is the follow-up damage there? Yes, Li Ming gets the resets. Now we're talking. Pumax,
And-
he's hungry. There's the kill and another kill. Ultra, ETC, can he get out? No!
Oh my god!
What an orb! What an orb! Well played here by Li Ming. Pumax on fire here. Getting the triple kill out, and they have the keep. So yeah. Now they can just safely disengage and everything's fine. Well played. Well played.
Yeah, that last orb there, just securing the ETC kill was fantastic to watch there. Aggressive blink to the side, followed up by an orb that actually connected with an ETC. Really well played here by Pumax on Li Ming.
Yeah, max range orb. And I was wondering before, I mean the ETC mosh pit didn't get interrupted very early, and I think that's also due to Li Ming not picking the wave of force but rather going with the disintegrate. And that of course is one less interrupt for the mosh pit.
Yeah, definitely. They have not only they don't have the wave of force from Li Ming, they don't have also Emerald Wind from the Brightwing. So what interruption do they actually have? They have only the Sheep from Brightwing and the Sunwing from Thrall.
Oh, you're right.
Both
Yeah.
which can easily be accounted
Oh,
for.
and the keg saving all the seats here for Sonya the tank engine. Great job. Yeah, I mean, it's paying out for them so far. It's really paying out. I mean, Li Ming, she's getting the kills, she's getting her resets. So yeah, let's see how Sonya plays this out. They have the level 16 talent advantage. And I think Kaspersquad, they have to see to their XP, right?
Yeah, they need to play it. I mean, it's not the end of the game just yet. I mean, sure, they are very far behind, but it's not a position where they're losing, right? It's not they're not in a position where they need to fight right now or they lose the game, I don't think. They need to play safe. They need to try to get the picks like this on the Thrall here, but
Yeah,
he goes with the Thunder here.
Thundering, saving him again time after time. And on the other hand, Li Ming now getting crazy with her orbs. But yeah, no kills so far.
They are on the chase. They are trying to connect some missile here with the orbs from Li Ming, but nothing should be connected. And this is actually very problematic for Sonya the tank because they just used Thunder. All of a sudden, how do you stop Mosh at this point? Only Keg and Polymorph. If you can capture both Shen and Brightwing in your Mosh, what are you gonna do with this? So they need to be really careful. They do have the level advantage. So as long as they are careful about their positioning, they should be fine, even against the Mosh. But they are very clumped here, and ETC does have his Mosh up, and he's going for it. Look at this! Oh my god!
4-man.
Dream.
That's the dream. But no one's dead yet. What's happening there? Alright, Li Ming now dropping.
The core, by the way.
But 2 people down for Sonya the tank engine.
Are you watching this? This is game. Arbiter just
Is
won
it?
the game.
It is.
He's like 4-man Mosh. I don't care. I got your core.
Yeah.
GG.
I mean, good that everybody was watching the mosh pit like I was. Meanwhile, the sneaky little slug got the car. GG. Well done. Well played. Sonya the tank engine taking it away 2-0 here.
Yeah, fantastic game by them. They really showed a lot of intelligence by, not only by drafting well, but their decision making in the game. Really fantastic to watch. And the little slug there at the end there, just like I was watching the ETC and I was like, oh my god, they're so clamped. He's gonna get the dream mosh, and he got the dream mosh, but it didn't matter. Because he had Abathur going ham on the core, as weird as it sounds. Abathur went ham on the core, and he took the core down from 100%. So great play by him.
The power of Abathur. I think we should see more of him.
No, but I love Abathur. I have a level 10 Abathur. I played him a ton.
Yeah.
He's fun. It's so fun to play.
No, but I mean, great decision making there and great play by Abathur. I mean, yeah. It worked out really well for them, and of course, I mean, it's not that this one moment decided it all. Of course, Sonya was ahead all game long. Yeah.
Of course.
They had the Abathur, they had the keep down, and that of course enabled the plan to just go directly to the core. And with the new catapult changes and the plant, I mean the disabling of the core. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, I also didn't think they were in a position to actually lose the game at that point, and they actually weren't. But what happened is they kind of left their core exposed for a plant, and you know what? That's what happens. You leave the plant to go ham on your core, and especially if Abathur controls it, and you get a dead core.
Yeah, so great plays. That was quite a fast match, I have to say, especially for Garden of Terror. But it was a very fun match today, won't you think?
Yeah, definitely. But sadly, again, at 2-0, I'm really looking forward for more 2-1 games where it actually lasts for the third map, because it's always interesting for me to not only watch the third map that was picked, but it also usually suggests that you have a more equal teams. So again, sadly, we had a 2-0, but overall, very entertaining games, very interesting composition to see. We had a Chromie, we had an Abathur, and it's like always fun to watch those heroes.
Yeah, and they really paid out today. And of course, I mean, I hope for you that next time the games will be closer, so it's better to cast and better to watch. And that leads us to the next game that we will be casted here on Heroes Launch, which of course is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna have a game. Not sure at what hour it is. I can check really quickly. Just a moment. All right, so tomorrow actually I'm gonna have a game between Vis Inertia and Crocodox. It's gonna be at 7 p.m. Central European time. So if you guys can tune in, come support the scene. It's gonna be some fun games again. I haven't actually got the chance to cast either of those teams, but I know that Crocodox already played, and they had some really nice game going on. So yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. At the moment, I'm trying to get an answer here from Ravata, from Sonya, the tank engine, if you maybe have a winner's interview, but so far nobody's responding. So I would say we go into a little break. We see if we get one of the winning team for an interview, and then we see you after that. So stay tuned for the winner's interview. Alright, and we're back, and unfortunately the winners aren't available for a winner's interview in the end. I don't get a hold of him, so we're gonna leave it here with this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. There will be more games. Heroes launch is just starting through. And for example, tomorrow we will have another game here with Heartless, so stay tuned for that. Heartless, any last words?
Guys, it's been a pleasure. Some really fun games to watch here. And again, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time. Tune in if you want to go watch a game between Vis Inertia to Crocodox. What?
Oh, we have the winner here. Finally, we have the winner here in the launch.
Right. I had problems to find my way here, but I'm here now.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So, how do you feel? Are you happy with your games?
I'm just kind of happy. I love playing Abathur so much, and only the fact alone that I was allowed to play it. And well, we all picked the heroes we have practiced, and they really did not expect. I mean, I think that's part of the power of the comp, that nobody knows how to play against something like that, and we kind of played. How do I say it?
Don't worry, we get you. We just loved your compositions in both maps. You had some really interesting picks there, and we just love the fact that both Abathur and Chromie kind of worked for you guys. It was really refreshing to see. So really good job on that part. Yeah.
Yeah, my thanks. We actually in the first game we had really specific strategy just to pick a comp that could delay the tributes as much as possible, so I could soak AXP on 2 lanes. Well, we kind of failed with the first 2 tributes there, but after that it started rolling really well.
Yeah, definitely. We actually talked about this before, that, you know what, with the Chromie peak, with the Abathur, this is exactly what you want to go for a lot of stall, but we also noticed that it didn't kind of work out with the quick picks that Kaspersquad managed to get there. But eventually you guys managed to get your composition going. I had a rough start, but eventually it worked out and paid off.
It was kind of a risk, but well, it made it more fun.
Yeah, 2 times Abathur, two times the win, and also the Chromie pick. I mean, were you a little bit afraid that Chromie gets eaten up by Greymane?
Yeah, we had kind of argument over that in the Twitch chat, but Pumax he really enjoys playing Chromie, and he insisted I can do this, and we were like, well, okay, do it, and well, he did it. And we had actually never ever tried before the Abathur Chromie combo, but when I copied Chromie, it just, if we both hit our skill shots, it kills anything if double Chromie attacks.
All right, well, fantastic. It was so much fun to watch the composition you guys went for, and I'm glad that your strategies worked, especially considering you also went for Garden of Terror, which is not really a map that's been picked too often, actually. So very interesting games overall again.
We picked Cursed Hollow, and we were all really surprised to see Garden of Terror. A couple of our members were really disappointed since we kind of hate Garden of Terror, leaving out me because I love the map because, well, my favorite hero works there.
Yeah,
great. Do you have any more questions for him, Magdino?
No. Should I report these scores somewhere?
Yeah, you should report the scores on Battlefy.
Will do.
So yeah, just hand in the scores there. Yeah, so far I gotta tell you, I'm still amazed to see so much Abathur play, to see so much good plays. Ravatas, what were your thoughts when you just hammered down the core in the last game there on Garden of Terror?
Well, I don't think any of our team noticed that either. I was just checking. Well, I think someone was it Pumax just yelled at push middle, and I saw everyone went fighting there, and our team, their team, everybody seemed just to forget that there's actually terror running around, and they have keep down. So,
yeah, somebody in the chat already mentioned that your team kind of created some space by giving a 4-man mosh pit over to Kaspersquad, while you were just having your fun with the car.
yeah, I think that Well, they didn't say anything, but some people just noticed I was actually destroying the core from our own team when it was already at 30% or something. So it was kind of half planned. But
Ah,
it worked out really well.
worked out really well for you. Yeah, so again, congratulations on your victory here, the 2-0. And yeah, I hope to see you soon with some other matches here on the Heroes launch. I mean, the season is going quite a bit still.
My thanks to you.
All right. Heartless,
Yes.
thanks to you. Thanks to you too for casting again here with me. I think
It was
that's
a
it.
pleasure, man.
As always. As always. So I think that's it for us for today. We had some glorious games here with Abatha, Chromie, everything. We had a lot of fun. Tune in tomorrow again when we have the next match with Vis in a tier. I think that's Latin.
Inertia, I think.
Inertia.
it's
All
right.
right. Versus the Crocodiles. Well, you have to pronounce it as you are casting it. Heartless. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it is right. So, guys, thank you very much for watching us. It was so fun. And again, tune in tomorrow if you're interested to watch some more amateur games here in Hero Lounge. And that's it. It was fun. See you guys next time.
Thank you.
I agree. See you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.